This is Airman First Class Marcus Martin. He's 20 years old from San Diego, California, and works as an air traffic control apprentice at Yokota Air Base, Japan. A typical airman in the United States Air Force on the outside, but troubled on the inside.
I was depressed for a long time, kind of came from a broken home, problems with moms and pops, and things just kind of got bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's got worse and worse and worse. I had my plan. I planned to pretty much hang myself by using the sheet. I was going to tie it around my neck, and then, or actually I was going to have it around the door on the outside, going to tie a knot and close the door. And I had the sleeping pills, and I had the alcohol. I had everything. Everything was set up. This was Wednesday night, and I had everything set up to go ahead and end it.
But he didn't end it. He found intervention.
Pretty much what happened was that Wednesday night, where everything was set up and planned to take place, a coworker of mine, out of the blue, out of nowhere, decided to knock on my door, say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and invite Marcus over to church today. So he said, all right, you want to come to church? And I said, cool, whatever. It's my last day, might as well try something, So I get in there, and I just cried, I cried. It's crazy, I'm not big on crying, but I cried when I got in church, and the Lord really spoke to me.
Marcus's situation with a rough home life leading to suicidal thoughts is common in suicide cases, as Yokota's Chief of Life Skills Support Element, Major Sam Dutton, explains.
Well, the root cause is that people don't value themselves. They have, sort of very low self-esteem. And the reason why they have a low self-esteem is because of those major relationships in life that give us self-esteem, and for all of us it begins with the family that we grew up in. They didn't get it there.
According to Major Dutton, there are aspects in a person's life that must be addressed to prevent a suicide.
We like to stress kind of 4 areas when we're talking about suicide prevention, and these are the physical, the social, the emotional, and the spiritual.
Being physically healthy, socially involved, having friends, understanding your emotions with help from life skills or the chaplain services are all measures that can prevent suicide, and for Marcus, it was the spiritual area that solved the problem.
The last piece is the spiritual side, and we emphasize this too, because pursuing your spiritual beliefs and getting involved has been shown to be very beneficial and reduce the risks.
Marcus is a very interesting young man. Marcus, of course, trusted Christ, got saved a couple of months back. And since that time, Marcus has gotten involved in singing in choir. Marcus has gotten involved in just mixing with the people. And our folks here just really love Marcus. And you can just see it, and then the kids love Marcus. They'll follow him everywhere around the church. And so Marcus's life is being fulfilled, where before he had nothing in his life. It was all empty.
You should find yourself talking to people. They could be inches away from pulling that trigger or taking those pills or hanging themselves, Thinking of the people that have died, who took their own life. I wonder if somebody was there to help them out,
Being there to lend a helping hand or a listening ear can change a life. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Senior Airman Daniel McKittrick, Yokota Air Base, Japan.